really quiet before you start a meeting, so. I think we have everybody we were expecting, and we also have some members of the public here as well. So I wanted to welcome everybody to this master plan work session and leadership meeting. Appreciate all of you being here. It is just a little bit after 1 o'clock on Thursday, October 16th. All right, so to get started, I thought, even though everybody probably knows each other, I think for the record, we should just go around and do introductions. Bruce Rock, I'm town mayor. Sorry, Frank.
Frank Bell, I live up the street here, and I have a long background in local government, and I'm going to facilitate part of the meeting this afternoon.
Way better.
And then also say like town council, board representative, blah, blah, blah.
Town council.
Thank you.
Trevor Aiken, town administrator.
Lee Staley, recently appointed to Road Advisory Board.
Loretta Mason, town treasurer. Jamie Hurd, town clerk.
Taylor Rose, town council.
Rand Bitter, Finance Advisory Board.
Vince Barbison, Travel and Tourism Board.
Katie Tolson, town council.
Steve Crandall from Water Utility Board.
Kathy Dalton, Commissioner. Dick Johnson, Natural Resources Board.
Kirsten Merrill, town council.
And then in the back, we also have our town engineer, Ryan Whalen. He's trying to multitask right now. So the agenda, you should have an agenda in front of you and also a list of draft community development objectives. So the agenda tracks closely to the agenda for the briefing slides. There are a couple of additional items on your written agenda. But basically, I'm going to start the meeting out by talking about what we're going to do here, and then also give you an update on where we are with the master plan update process. And then we'll take a quick look at the master plan objectives from the 2014 master plan. And then Frank is going to jump in and lead us through an exercise on how we get to prioritize current objectives for the master plan update. So, all right, so kind of just went over that. We're going to give you a status update, look at community development objectives, and then Frank will help us rank and prioritize those. Some ground rules. So everybody sitting at the tables, you're going to participate in the prioritization process, and Frank will tell you what those expectations are. Anyone here from the public? We're not doing public comment during the meeting. If you are a board member, though, and you're here with another board representative and you guys want to discuss anything on how you want to do prioritization, that's perfectly fine. There will be other opportunities for the master plan, for the public comments to the master plan as we go forward into the spring. And so just wanted to let everybody know that's how we're going to work things today. I do have this in front of me, too. Okay, so where are we and why are we doing this? All right. So currently, I think everyone is familiar that the town does have a master plan. I actually have a few copies of the current master plan on the tables here from 2014. There's 2 on the back and 1 here in the front. That document's also on the town website. So why are we updating it now? There's no statutory requirement in the state that gives you a timeline that you must update your master plan every 5 years or 10 years. But as a general practice, that's kind of the guidance. You should really be looking at it, and you should really look at it annually because you don't know what's changed, or you should know what's changing in your community. And if your master plan isn't aligned to where your community's going, then it's not really very helpful for you. A lot of you know that in the last 5 years in particular, our town has grown quite a bit, and that during the COVID pandemic, we had a pretty good influx of not residents, but people moving here to become residents. And we saw a pretty exponential amount of growth over the last 5 years. I'm just going to give you a couple of quick statistics. So when the 2014 master plan was drafted, they used a lot of data from the 2010 U.S. Census, and at that time, our population in this town was 1,503. The 2020 census, our population had gone up to 1,866. Over the last 5 years, we've grown another about 13%. Each year, the US Census Bureau does what they call the American Community Survey, and in 2023, they estimated our town's population at 2,107. Now, the Wyoming Economic Analysis Division came out with an estimate earlier this year, giving us a population of 2,041. So we're rapidly in the 2,100 resident range. We're going to be there very soon. So from 2010 to 2020, we grew by 24%. So the town is growing, and I think everyone sees all the construction happening. I think over the last few years, we've averaged 20 to 30 new residential single-family home builds, and you can see it when you drive around town. Now, so what is a master plan? So I'm sure most of you are familiar with a master plan, but just in general, it's a long-range guide that helps a community plan for the future. It's composed of various elements like demographics, infrastructure, housing, economic trends, growth, land use. It also defines your municipality's current conditions, like where are you today, and then it gives you a plan over the next 10 years. So where do we want to go for the next 10 years? And a big part of that plan is getting the community's input and the community's vision for where they want to see the town go in the future. And probably the biggest piece is it establishes your goals and objectives for the future. This very colorful chart is just an overview of the types of things that go into creating a master plan. And so we're on the left-hand side right now. We're on the master plan input side, and we're looking at our current conditions in the town. We're using existing documents like the 2014 master plan. It's a baseline for what we're going to do with this update. And we're right now in the fall into more of the gathering community and stakeholder input so that we can shape what comes out of the master plan at the end. And out of that, once we do have an approved and newly adopted master plan, we'll have a plan for future land use. We'll have analysis reports, we'll have what are our vision and objectives for the future, and then how are we going to implement those. So this is sort of just a general way that most master plans come together and what they consist of. So probably this is the most interesting part, is how did we get here, and what's our timeline? So I'm going to back up a little bit, going to that question of why are we doing this now? So in 2023, when I first got on the town council, we were talking about updating the master plan. At that point, we were getting to that, our master plan is about 10 years old, and so the town council put out a request for proposal, because oftentimes you'll see a consulting firm being hired by a town to prepare one of these documents. And so the town at that time put out a request for proposal. We got in a couple of responses, and the two we got in just the council felt were not adequate. And they were also very expensive. They were in the $100,000 range, which is, in this day and age, not uncommon. So the town council ultimately did not award a contract, and then another year went by, and then we're into 2025, and looking around at the expertise we had on the council within our community, and with our community being a little bit unique in that, you know, we're primarily residential, we don't have a lot of commercial or any really. We felt like we could undertake the update of the master plan internally. Plus we had a new planning commission, and one of the charters of a planning commission is to be responsible for updating a master plan. And so in May of 2025, we just finally got out of the starting gate and started working on the master plan in earnest. In addition to that, just in what we've been doing this year, back up 3 years ago in 2022, and many of you here were involved in the focus groups and the survey that was done in 2022 that created the town's new vision and mission statements. That was a really huge effort, and there were 5 focus groups that led up to a 39-item survey being mailed out to residents. In total, 1,150 surveys were mailed out, and 678 responses were received. That's nearly a 60% response rate, which is pretty phenomenal for any kind of survey. With the current electronic survey we have out now, I think out of an email list of 800, we've got 200 and something. So, I mean, that's pretty good too, but the range for survey response is more like 10 to 15%. You're doing good. So kudos to the folks that put that survey together and sent it out to the town. So, other than the mission and vision statement, the rest of that data was always intended to roll into the next master plan update. So we have that huge bank of data from community input, and we're gonna now do our survey that we have out electronically, which will kind of update some of that information. So 2022, and then this year we've started looking at and updating the current conditions of the town, using the master plan from 2014 as a baseline. We've been putting draft chapters out on the town website as those have been completed. And now in the fall, we're getting more into the community engagement portion. We've done the online survey, which will close at the end of the month. We're having this meeting today. And then next year in the spring will be the final phase, where we're gonna go ahead and finish drafting all of the chapters, get those out for public comments, and by June, the goal is by June of next year, that we would have a completed document for the council to consider and hopefully adopt. So that's just kind of a rough timeline of what we're doing, the method behind the madness. Kind of just went through all of that. In the spring, there will be a big push again to have probably a public meeting, review the master plan with the public, have a 30-day public comment period, and then again, hopefully adopt it in June. So before I turn things over to Frank, I wanted to quickly go over, these are the objectives that were in the 2014 master plan. And what we did is we took a look, the planning commission and the town staff, we took a look at that list, which had 17 objectives on it. And you can see they're prioritized. So we're going to do a similar exercise today with Frank. These are the ones that were completed. And it's interesting to see the top 2 were completed, so that's good. Most of the objectives from 2014, if they weren't completed, they are in process. There are only a couple that really didn't get attention, but you'll see those here in a second. But we've replaced, as of this year, with the completion of the Water Improvement Project 2023, all the residential distribution piping. Fire hydrants have been put in. We have a town hall municipal complex. We've done a lot to improve survivability of homes due to wildfire with a new town ordinance for roof replacement. The town is a FireWise community registered with the FireWise organization. And we have a wonderful trail network that was built from the ground up by the trail crew and the Natural Resources Board. And there's also been some great wellness and outdoor facilities put in at Fox Run Park, like the circuit course that's there, and benches and picnic tables and lots of other things. Now here on this slide, these are ones that are in progress, and when we say in progress, we didn't get rid of these. We're pulling them forward into the 2025 master plan update. We might tweak the language a little bit, but we definitely wanted to retain them because they were all things that we're either working on or we want to work on in the future. So I'm not going to go through them in too much detail. First one was to maintain a safe vehicular network within the town, and that is probably going to always be in our master plan for the next foreseeable future. We still need to work on drainage and structural integrity of roadways. We have an emergency operations plan, but it needs a review and update and can always be improved. We want to continue to work on wildland-urban interface fire safety and protection. And obviously, continuing to improve communications is something we talk about a lot with residents and also with the Star Valley Ranch Association. Establishing fuel breaks, again, another wildfire protection effort there. I've seen a lot more of the blue home number signs up around town, but I know not everybody has one, and so we want to continue to make sure home addresses are visible. More FireWise work, probably in concert with the Star Valley Ranch Association, commercial development, and then community pathways in conjunction with Lincoln County is something that we want to look into and try and help facilitate. And then also potentially, what are our options going forward for some sort of community center? Yes?
The water has an updated master plan in 2024.
Yes.
With a list of priorities.
Yes, it
Is there any
does.
reason those aren't included here?
Because this is from 2014, so that I'm just going over what 10 years ago were the objectives, and When we flip to the next one, you'll see that we do have quite a few water project ones in there. And I guess I should have said, starting out, the objective today, between the Planning Commission and the town staff and the 2014 master plan, we came up with this initial list of objectives going forward. It doesn't mean we've included all of the ones that need to be there. So that's another part of what today will be. And the other thing I neglected to say is if you have questions at any time, please let me know. All right. So all these are rolling forward. And then I'm not going to spend any time on this because Frank's getting ready to take over. The next 2-3 slides are exactly the same as the sheet you have in front of you that has the draft objectives on it. The only thing I'll point out is if you see a little purple text there, it's telling you that is an objective from 2014 that was rolled forward. And maybe the wording's changed a little bit, but the essence of what that objective was has still been retained. So we have 4, and we've broken these out by categories just for ease of covering them. So water sewer, we have 4 on there right now. Replacing the Prater Canyon transmission line, improving and expanding water storage, reducing water system loss, and then kind of the pie in the sky future options for potential sewer, centralized sewer. And then for roads, continuing to improve and maintain the roads. And then again, looking at the structural integrity and drainage of roads. And then for safety, we want to look at the emergency operations plan and improve it. Number 8 is increasing fire protection by partnering with Forest Service and absentee home owners to be even more fire-wise. 9 is the continued implementation of residential home signage. And 10, continue with enhancing communications. 11 is working with the new owners of the commercial properties to see what we can get going there with development. And again, you've got all these in front of you. And 12, bus stops and additional park areas within town, which would include the town having to obtain additional property. 13, we could look at energy efficiency and potentially including solar arrays at public facilities. 14, having a public works facility annex in the northern part of town would be very helpful for road operations and snow plowing. Beautifying town hall. And then also the last one there is, again, working with the county. The county has a new transportation master plan that has a heavy emphasis on trails and pathways. So there might actually be opportunity to get something going with that. And I think that is it. And I've talked long enough. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Bell, and he will walk us through how he wants to proceed from here.
See how that goes. Thank you. One of the keys to a master plan, a successful master plan, is paying attention to it. So many times communities will go through a planning process of some kind, whether it's financial planning or transportation planning or water planning or whatever, and plans get all written up. Sometimes you spend a bunch of money with a consultant and they write up pretty plans and they get put up on a shelf, and that's where they stay until the building burns down and somebody finds it. Oh, look at this is great. Too bad we didn't follow. So it's important, particularly with a master plan, to periodically go through and update it. So the trick, as you probably have figured out, is that this was originally done in 2014, and that was 11 years ago. We have some objectives that were, some of them have been completed, some of them may not be relevant anymore, and then there are a bunch of new ones that have come along because the place has grown, people have thought up new things, we have more needs than we used to have, and the trick is integrating the old with the new. And so that's what I'm going to try to figure out this afternoon. And let me explain the charts on the wall. I know that my handwriting leaves a lot to be desired, and some of you in the back of the room could read it anyway. But all the charts is this, and each chart is a subsection of the chart that you have in front of you, water and sewer. This is water and sewer, and the 4 things that are in the water and sewer chart are listed up here. So those are the existing objectives and some new objectives that have come along that everybody knows about. They've been talked about either at the council level or at the board or commission level. So they're in the mix, or perhaps the staff has weighed in on them. So they're in the mix because of previous meetings. So behind me, municipal roads, safety, and then over here, communications, existing, and public and community facilities, and at the end is health and welfare. So all of these are in this sheet. If there's a pink tab by it, it means it was in the original 2014 master plan, and it's been carried forward. Okay, so that's the way we interpret the charts. Now, we're going to take some time. Each chart has some space for new ideas, new objectives. So one of the things we're going to do next, actually, is to figure out what else might go under these categories that are on this sheet. And once, maybe there aren't any, I don't know. But if there are some, I mean, like you mentioned, there might be a couple of things in water, who knows? So we're going to take an opportunity to kind of open it up to comment here. And if there are new objectives, we'll write them down. And then after we do that, after we sort of get all of the ingredients in the stew, then we will take a stab at prioritizing them. And when we're prioritizing them, really is sort of like making a stew. We're going to mix the old with the new together so that we'll come up with the ingredients for a new document. And that will take the master plan forward and help complete the 2025 or 26, whatever you're going to call it, update. So, that piece of it clear? Okay. So it's a little, we got to have a lot of clutch action here because we're wishing gears together. Some of them will go together easier than others. So, the next thing on the list is just maybe kind of go through the categories one by one. That's the magic behind sort of breaking these objectives down into categories, is that we can look at the categories, and if there's anything new, we'll write them on the board. Okay? So, water and sewer, we have 4 that are sort of on the list right now. These are proposed objectives for the updated master plan. First is replace the Prater Canyon, Prater Spring water, it's easy for you to say. Water transmission line, improve and expand water storage capacity for the town. Reduce water system loss through residential meter replacement, flow meter replacement, and leak detection, testing, and explore options for centralized sewer. Some of these things obviously are in progress, others as we go through the whole list may be new to the master plan. So with respect to water and sewer, are there other things that are coming maybe from the council or from boards and commissions that have an impact on this master plan or probably on the list? Is there anything that, yes sir? I'm sorry, I don't know everybody, so I'm just gonna point.
Grand bidder. So I hear a lot from everybody about the chlorination. I mean, can we have a plan to try to address the
You can do
elimination?
anything you want. So,
We have do something to make sure we have a system that can eliminate any need of chlorination.
you wanna,
Identify the root cause of whatever the issue is that we seem to be having. Eliminate it.
okay. So we want to, if I'm hearing you correctly, eliminate the need for chlorination.
By ensuring we have a robust system that doesn't need it.
Right.
I don't know where the source is, but I would think we would want to find that out. Just want to see what. The people that can taste it really complain. Those of us who are cold, I think.
Okay. I don't pretend that you can read my handwriting,
Yes.
because at the end of the day,
The
I will.
language around that could be expanded.
Right, and so we'll continue to talk about it, but, so I will make a nice chart at the, after we conclude this, so it'll be readable by everybody. So, eliminate the need for chlorinization. And that's essentially to have a water system that will not get in trouble with EPA. And, you know, most water systems in this day and age are chlorinated. We're lucky that we still have the ability to mitigate that. What else? Yes, sir.
One of the items from the 2024 that Ryan included was to town's prioritization of backup system components.
Okay.
We've got 3 transfer pumps that are crucial to the operation of the system, and the company's gone out of business. There are no parts for them. We should probably have something to back up.
Yeah. So invest in backup system components.
Say that again.
Backup system
Yeah,
replacement
yeah, invest or replacement.
system components.
Yeah. And we'll fix all the language, yes.
Okay, good. Thank you. Yes.
I'd like to establish an asset management program for water components.
For water, okay. Establish asset management program. I'm not writing on the wall.
Do you need another paper? Okay. Depends on how many more Steve has. He's gonna need more paper.
I might need more paper, but I have it. Jamie made sure I was well stocked. Yes. Do you have more? Okay. Yes, sir.
How about we put something around trying to understand the future of rate, water rates, what the reserve requirements might be. Where are we headed financially with the water system?
I'm going to come up with a whole new piece of paper to put on the wall called Financial Stewardship and Accountability,
Okay.
which is where that will go along with several others.
Okay.
I know I'm a maverick here, but again, there's not a single thing up here about financial stewardship.
I got room on the
That's the
walls.
purpose of the asset
I can put paper up on the wall all afternoon.
That's looking
So you want to do that
at
on a separate? Is that
I think
okay?
it needs to be a separate piece of paper.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
maybe.
I can do that. What are we gonna call it?
Financial Stewardship and Accountability.
All these categories are really different. It's a little bit.
We've got to make sure that we have the money to do what we need to do.
And part of that is with the water ones, the grants process, more
That's
formalized grants
What I
process.
got.
Okay, so
But it's
I'm
more
gonna
than
have this.
water, it's roads too.
You want to have this first one under there?
Tell me again what it is.
Understanding the future water rates, reserve requirements, and wrap that around the formalized grants process.
Well, that'd be a second one. I would say the second one is maximize on grant opportunities.
Okay. Second.
Yeah, I've got it written down so I won't forget it.
Water rates and
See,
reserves.
we totally took the whole thing down this other. Sorry.
Okay, what was number 2?
Maximize on grant opportunities.
And how do you do that? Well, we need to have a formalized process and some resources.
Yeah.
So develop that for the next stage further.
I was gonna say asset management.
Okay.
Just, that's kind of same.
All right, so we got yours.
Yeah.
Okay, what else? Have a new sheet. That'll go hang on the wall here in just a minute. All right. Okay, so, water and sewer objectives, pretty good on that? Everybody okay? All right. Municipal roads, go to the next one, wherever it is. So, we have 2 up here. Improve and maintain existing roads, road master plan update from 2023. Review all roads for structural integrity, drainage improvement, and surface water study. Install drainage pipes on Vista West and Vista East to prevent further road damage. So those are leftovers from 2014. Okay, those are continuing projects left over from the 2014 original master plan. They will be a part of the updated master plan. Do we have others?
Yes, sir. The first one talks about the paving things, but can we add that a little bit and say also maintain road base and the gravel surfaces that we have? Because some of us will never get paving.
We can do anything you want.
So, can I add something real quick? So, if you want to look in chapter 9 of the 2014 master plan, you'll see that behind each objective, there's a whole task plan, and it breaks it out into pieces, and then implementation and schedule and things like that. So,
More detail.
I think we could, that's just my thought, we could make sure that that first one specifies road base, and then, chip seal, asphalt, kind of break it into chunks.
All the surfaces.
Yes, that would just be my thought.
Yeah, it's just-
I know you don't want your road paved.
I really don't. I'd like to maintain,
And it will be, so you'll probably be gone by then.
yeah. Our grandkids.
He's old.
It's all washing away.
Yes, it is washing away,
My brother's
unfortunately.
It's all washing away down here, so
Yeah, we'll have a road like that.
it's all gone. Any others? Anything new? Anything new?
We do have, we're primarily gonna be chip sealing now, since we have a chip seal, but we don't really have a plan. And I don't know that it can necessarily all follow the road plan that's in place right now. So if we could have a 10-year chip seal plan,
Okay.
of the roads we're actually gonna do, and get that all set up, and it'll vary obviously, because some of them will need
Can we buy a
certain
room
areas
too?
of room.
I got a room.
Create long-term. So remember, we're gonna be doing a prioritization exercise too. So if these, for whatever reason, have a lot of support, they're gonna get high priorities. If they don't have very much support, priorities could end. So everything will be on the list, and that's why you prioritize it, so you have some sense of what comes first. Okay, so there's a new one on the roads. How about another one then? Anybody else got anything? Do we need any new roads anywhere? Yes, sir.
Under the roads, we need to identify which portions of the roads
can be chip sealed and which ones are gonna have to be asphalt due to the steepness in sections?
Okay, that's under this, so.
Yes. I wonder if it should be like chip seal slash asphalt.
No way.
Let's make sure it's.
Yeah. To make sure it ends up in the task plan, yeah.
So I'm adding on this a clarification to help identify the proper conditions for chip sealing versus paving. Is that what you're saying too? Got it. Okay. Roads going once, going twice. So next one is,
So I think it's something to say about the roads. I know there's grants available, but specifically you have to have people that have certifications about roads in order to even apply for the grants. I don't know where we stand on that.
I'm not aware of the certifications needed, but we've talked about it, so we definitely apply for grants, they're harder to get, but there's some grants out there for roads.
Could that be under this maximize grant opportunities?
Yes.
Like is a way to do that, to make sure we have the qualified people to do it?
yeah,
Because if you have that, I mean, it's really easy to justify one versus salary if you're certified, so you can get $1 million.
yeah.
One more thing on, Ryan mentioned what might help us move that new one that you wrote down up a little bit is putting plan, like for the first section, putting plan, improve and maintain existing roads. I think it's the planning part that I was more concerned about, so we don't even need a whole nother section for it under new. If you want to just add plan, improve and maintain
I see.
existing
What you're
roads.
saying is use this to clarify this.
A
Yeah.
subset of that, yep.
Okay.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Marker crapping out.
It is, and I don't know why. That's a big history. I'll tell you what we're gonna do, we're gonna shift to the Sharpie. If it's good enough for President Trump, it ought to be good enough for me. All right,
You get to paint the wall after you're done.
okay, we moved to a Sharpie, so maybe it won't dry up. All right. Municipal roads, going once.
Well, on item 6 in the list, it talks about the other priority project drainage pipes, Vista West, Vista East.
Yes.
I think Alpenblow is another one of those problems, is the steepness and it's long, steep road and creates a canyon every time we have a
Okay.
rain. A lot of neighbors have to put pipes in there, want pipes put in their driveways.
But there's a lot of those in the range, like Alpenblow.
I'm just adding one more, if you're gonna put 2 of them in there, identify all of them.
Well, I'm not sure. When we redo the document, it may be too specific to name individial roads because.
So we can strike these
somebody
others
said
and just say,
almost all-
identify which ones are.
Yeah, almost all the roads
But
need
you're
some.
probably gonna have to set a priority list.
That's-
These are the worst ones. and then
That's the word, that's the part that's not missing up here, is prioritize, right? Create that priority list.
But if you got specific names in the plan and schedule here is it's identified, then you either take them out and just say it's subject to prioritization, identification prioritization, or list a few more before it's finalized, that's few.
Yeah.
So I'm writing on here number 2, which I think is a little different than number 1.
Surface.
So this is, actually, I should do, I need to change these numbers. So we're sort of making this up as we go along.
And then, Frank, would pathways be included, because I know that when the guys were starting to do chip seal Vista, like, that needed to be discussed before they started the chip seal,
So
I
maybe
know that's
pathways is
safety,
yet
but-
another,
or roads.
because we've talked about that, for example, we've talked about that in the travel and tourism, is creating pathways, safe pathways.
Does that go into safety then?
No, I wasn't sure.
What's that?
Yeah,
I know
so,
we had talked
so
about it.
safety, yeah, it may go into safety rather than
Okay.
roads. There really isn't a
Because the
road.
reason they're putting it in
I
is
just know the only time it's been discussed is when we're doing roads. I think that unfortunately the safety part wasn't really part of that. But I'm fine with, as long as it's listed somewhere.
I won't put it under safety because it needs some new stuff.
Needs some new stuff.
Okay, municipal roads, going once, going twice, perfect. Safety, we have a new one. Let's see. We're gonna talk a minute about, pathways. And,
Bus stops
I'm sorry?
and bus stops.
Okay. So bus stops are primarily school bus stops, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, but just put down pathway opportunities.
Well, let's put down investigate.
And your first step is to figure out which roads have sufficient right-of-ways.
Investigate opportunities.
So under public and community facilities, we have explore purchasing property to facilitate development of the parks and bus stops. Under public and community facilities.
That's where that goes.
Yeah, for bus stops.
That pathways, because these were.
Yeah, pathways, yeah, but bus stops we have over there.
It should go there.
Does it need
Well,
to
I'm
include
gonna throw
specific
this in
school
here.
bus stop?
That's cool.
So, yeah, we have the town has a transportation alternatives plan that identifies potential bus stop locations. I'm not saying it doesn't need to
So
be up there, but we
pathways
do have
may
something
or
for
may
other-
not be on the roadway. It could be someplace else. So, it's up there. By executive decree. What? So, under safety, we have review, update, and improve SVR emergency operations plan, including wildfire, urban interface, emergency plans and operations. That's from the 2014 master plan that'll carry over in the update. Increase fire protection by partnering with the U.S. Forest Service to establish and maintain fire breaks, increase fire protection by partnering with SVRA and all property owners to participate in firewise, conduct vegetation management and exercise control of flammable materials. That's coming over from the 2014 master plan, as is continued implementation of home address identification signage system to assist firefighters and medical response personnel. And that's coming over. Those are all in progress, ongoing priorities that are originated in the 2014 master plan and will carry over today. Okay? And then we have a new one to investigate opportunities to create pathways on and off roadways. Yes, ma'am?
Yeah, I'd like to add something about evacuation and shelter in case
Okay.
of wildfire
Or anything else?
or anything else.
Okay.
What do we do with people?
Okay. So,
Let's talk the emergency operation plan as part of that.
It needs to be a subset, but it's fine under that one, right? But it needs to be covered, yeah.
There is some good information from the state of Wyoming on how to do that. It's called the WI, Fire Evacuation and Sheltering Assessment and Consideration.
so typically,
And we have the kind of areas on the ranch where people could evacuate to wildfire.
so typically you do this in concert with emergency service providers, fire service units. But it may be worth addressing in master plan. We'll see what kind of priority.
Yeah, so there, in the roads master plan update, there's roads identified which talk to what you're saying, that don't have current egress other than like a single avenue.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Right.
So,
It's tried,
yeah.
I did this work for a long time. Star Valley Ranch is really not in very good shape in terms of evacuations. And anybody who suggests that it is something wrong. One way in, one way out, and even that way gets you to one way in, one way out. So the road system here does not lend itself well to evacuations. Remember, you've got emergency equipment coming in, and you're trying to go out, and yada yada. So it's probably something that needs some attention. Okay. Safety, anything else?
Well, I don't know if it's part of another one, or financial, but whatever happened to the fire improvement rating with all the 214 hydrants? Did we ever get our fire rating? It might be financial, it might be safety.
No, we're still waiting for that to come back through the fire department, it hasn't come back yet.
But they have started, they're in the process of doing all that, that's on the fire department, so
Is that something we should put in our plan to keep following up on until we achieve it, or?
luckily
Yeah,
we
the
are.
rating
I think you need to
But
see
they are
what it is.
The rating agency came in and looked at the town, then they said since it's the Mid-Valley Fire Department, they've got to look at the whole county, and at that point it kind of went,
We're still in the process though.
So it's a line
It's a
item that
process,
says
but-
maintain if we get it.
Slow down.
Receive and maintain.
Right, I mean, at some point in time, you're gonna get a new rating.
Yeah.
Can't remember what they call it.
ISO.
ISO. Sometime, at one time, we're gonna do ISO ratings.
It's just
It
a
may
line
be
item.
what you want it to be, and it may not be. It's a double-edged sword. People always think it's gonna be better than it is.
it has to be because we're at the worst level.
That's the nice thing about being at the lobby. Nowhere to go with that. So,
I think we ought to capture it so that we will outside.
you know, ISO, they look at things like water systems and emergency response times, and they look at egress and access and a bunch of stuff, so you may get a better rating. And sometimes it can affect your insurance rates. Not always, but if you get a big jump, it can affect your insurance rates. So,
Maybe law enforcement, just the changes as we're adopting with new people coming in and bigger population and more youth in our area, like what type of like law enforcement we may need in our area.
Presence.
Yeah.
So, are you suggesting that you want to explore starting your own police force?
No.
I've already suggested that.
Okay.
But I mean, it's just a future situation, I think is what we need to like.
I'm just trying
plan for.
to figure out what to write down.
I know, I am too.
Oh, okay. Let me know.
I think that's like the fire hydrant thing.
Okay.
You may want to, we have a contract with the Lincoln County Sheriff's Department. Probably what you want to put down is to review that and see if there's any possible improvements and or for a given cost. That would be about it.
We doubled the funding for them this year, so I don't know if we've seen double the.
Well, you do review it when you get the bill, right? Because the sheriff doesn't do that for free. He uses small towns to make money.
There's a cost.
But,
There's a cost associated with it.
so don't you do that as a part of your budget process?
Yes, and the budget doubled for the
No,
sheriff's support.
we don't do that.
What?
No, I've been in like almost 3 years and I've seen it once, and I don't think it had been looked at for quite a while before that.
The contract?
Yes, so,
Is the contract signed annually?
no.
Yeah, so you can't do anything during the term of the contract.
Yeah, you
So,
should.
Does it go
maybe
under
just go on.
financial stewardship and accountability?
No, that's what it's
and
written
safety?
for.
So,
Like, you can
I'm
get
gonna-
out if we do decide to.
What if we add,
Yeah.
what if we add one? What if we add one
Yeah.
financial stewardship to periodically
For
review?
contract terms.
Uh,
Well, can I, Why isn't it reviewed annually? I don't understand that.
So our current agreement with the sheriff's office goes through December 31st, 2026. So unless we want to break the agreement
Oh,
and
okay.
So
renegotiate
this
it.
year it's a 2 year.
But in the future master plan, can you not include a
Yes.
language that says that contract is reviewed annually for effectiveness and usefulness or whatever?
Because we can adjust in that time and there's like change it.
Because again, sometimes you're locked in terms of.
Right,
So-
and it appears that we are for
Through
to next
next year.
December, but nonetheless,
But
going
this is a
forward.
10-year look, we've got to be able to constantly look at that.
Well, I don't know what input we had in this latest contract, but I know they told us what their fee would double. I asked if we negotiated that fee or they gave it to us, and they just gave it to us, so I don't know what more content and service was in there.
There was things.
So I don't know how much
that were included
negotiation,
in it.
was there some negotiation?
Yeah, but not very much, and probably not enough considering the growth that we're having, so.
Okay, well, it seems like
That's
a good
good.
one for financial stewardship.
And it doesn't have to necessarily just be with sheriff, it's all contracts.
Okay.
Put sheriff / safety.
EMS, I mean, we've got quite a few.
Okay, got that. All right, safety going once?
Well, one more safety thing.
Okay.
Those of us who live in the wooded areas, it's just like fire-wise, you know, keep the vegetation from around the intersections. Because we've had some blind intersections where you can't see people coming. So I don't know if we can enhance that for the public works, to make sure the intersection stop signs and all that, you have a clear space around it. To me, that's the biggest safety hazard in my plan, is blind intersections.
Yeah, the town ordinance specifies a height of, I think, 24 inches on the intersections. Question is, because there are a number of them in which the shrubs start up on the top of the mound, so which is the 24 inches?
Do you want to say something like,
It's really line of sight.
line of sight or something?
Line of sight,
yeah.
I like that. Visibility, it's all tied to that visibility factor.
Or sight distance.
Either expand the duties for the public works.
Clear.
Okay.
Firewise.
Some of that may go to code enforcement, maybe code enforcement issue. All right, I gotta move along. Safety, going once, going twice. So, next one is, communications. What was that?
No.
Communications, we just, so, it's sort of an ongoing, this is from the 2014 original master plan, enhanced communications with SVRA and as well as the town community. That's gonna be an ongoing project. I know the council and several of the boards, are making efforts to work more closely with the HOA.
I think what Kathy put down as far as creating the evacuation plan and everything, that needs to be communicated out. I think we have something in our emergency plan already, but unless you've read it, nobody would know of it, so I would guess that most of our community has no idea. So communicating something like that out,
Okay.
or sheltering.
So I'm gonna write down ensure emergency plans. Are communicated to community. So this focuses on emergency plans. Okay.
I think also we're doing it, I know, because we communicate all the time with the county and with other municipalities,
Yes.
but nothing's in writing. So, Lauren, how
So are you saying like to enhance or to continue or expand on communications with, at the county level and with?
County and other municipalities.
Yeah, other,
Because it's not mentioned in that number one
no,
there.
it's not.
And I know we do it, and I
So do
do
we.
think that we need to,
It may be in addition to that,
Just enhance
number one, a subset of number one, right? Yeah.
It's still good to capture all this, because then whatever doesn't bubble up, still can be captured under the subsets of things.
What?
Okay. Enhanced communications, county and other municipalities. All right. Communications going once.
Well, I'll throw one out there, no one else will probably be bold enough to want to do this, but how about if we improve communications with the association by merging with them?
I don't think that is permitted by law.
I mean, take over the functions.
It is
I
not.
think you can.
I don't know if we want
Sure,
that in our
you can
master
do
plan,
anything you
though.
want. It's just how you do
Our
it.
master plan of
You can. So for the, so you mean like for the
You'll never
association?
get there if you talk about reasons how you can't do things, you gotta figure out the ways to do it. But what if people decide in 2021, we can
2032.
revise, modify, or extinguish our DCCNRs each plan? What if that happens and the association disappears or flounders? What does the town do? Now, I know you're probably not gonna document anything here, but it's something that ought to be in our minds.
what's the date of the new,
2032.
2032.
Like January
I
1st,
think it's way 2032.
What's that?
What happens in 2032?
It's the next opportunity to
That's what I
revise
said.
the
I didn't say
DCCRs.
document it here because I don't think anybody wants to, but keep it in mind.
Yeah, I don't think it
People are documenting
goes
it.
that way.
Okay. So do we choose not to wrestle with that alligator today?
right?
That's
Yeah.
That's the last one on communication.
All right. Public facilities, existing opportunities, existing objectives in public facilities. Work with the new owners of commercial properties along Vista Drive facility that aligns with the town mission and vision and facilitates business growth. The next one is explore purchasing property to facilitate the development of additional parks and bus stops within the town. And the last one, the next one is implement energy efficiency and energy redundancy for town buildings and town infrastructure by establishing solar arrays within public facility zones. A couple of others here. Explore and establish the addition of public works facility annex in the northern portion of town. Here, and improve the landscaping of town hall, which is the last one. So,
I have one.
okay.
So if you come to NRB and listen to our meetings, we have a huge discussion every meeting about war on weeds and the weed management and the roadside management of these particular plans. And I'm looking at the vision and mission objectives of NRB from back in the day, and our responsibility is to provide citizens with an understanding of the condition, to maintain a strategic approach, yada, 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 so you can look at it. And so my objective, or my proposed objective is develop a plan for weed control management for current and absentee residents. That's one. And coordinate with War on Weeds, NRB,
Go back to the one.
Okay. Develop a plan for weed control management for current and absentee residents.
Okay.
The second part is coordinate with the War on Weeds program for the state, NRB, comma, trails, comma, SBRA, comma.
Wait. Can you start over again, please?
Coordinate with War on Weeds project, comma, NRB, comma, trails, comma, SBRA, comma, adjacent LVI properties, comma, and Lincoln County, period. And then the third part is identify town responsible group for management of this plan.
Okay.
Weeds are a huge expense and a huge nuisance.
I got it.
And part of the problem is there is an ordinance, but the issue is multifocal in that it's difficult for non-resident or people who just have lots, the corner lots that you guys were talking about, safety, getting rid of all of that. There's no way to enforce it unless we have something that says it's part of our long-range plan.
Okay. Got it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Other stuff? Facility oriented? Okay. Facilities going once? Going twice? All right. The last one is, I guess it's health and welfare. The existing objective is left over from the 2014 master plan, continued collaboration and support of county transportation plan. Now, it could easily be argued that most of these have something to do with health and welfare, so let's not go there. And maybe as we think through the update to the master plan, what this really needs is a title change of some kind to distinguish it better from the others. But for the time being, we'll stick with what we have. So the county transportation plan, which does focus fairly heavily on pedestrian sorts of infrastructure, trails, pathways, which is interesting given the size of the county. And the trail focus of the master plan probably relates more to the north end of the county than the south end. So it's probably a good thing for us to think about that. Are there others under health and welfare?
I think like community events, like bringing our community together.
Okay.
A little more. I mean, kind of shows the health of the community when they can work together on projects or come together at different events. So I don't know what else we call it.
We'll just put down here, enhance community
Oh, I like
events.
that. Community engagement, like that suggested.
Activities.
Enhance community engagement, activities, and events. Got them all. Just like that. Okay. Any others? Okay, going once. Going twice. Taking my
Notes.
All right. Okay. So that's the hard part.
What about the financial statement? You're gonna go back to the financial?
Well, I can come back to the financial stewardship and accountability. We have three that have come up in the context of this conversation. Understand the future water rates and reserves, maximize grant opportunities for water and roads. There may be others. Annually review contract with sheriff and other contracts. Just need to rewrite that a little bit. Are there others in the arena of financial stewardship and accountability that lend themselves to the master planning process? Obviously, we do a lot already in the context of the budget, but that's a different process. Yes?
Could we add parks to the maximizing grant opportunities to water, roads,
Sure.
parks,
That's so easy.
pathways?
Whatever's available.
I added it just like
Thank
that.
you.
Just like that. What else?
I'm just concerned on affordability. You see it in these population numbers, you're in one of the schedules on chapter 2. We've got more and more older folks, housing prices have gotten higher, the younger working class can't afford to live here. I don't know if that involves looking at regulation. It might be driving costs, some of what the Wyoming Housing Authority is pursuing. I'm concerned with overall affordability to residents.
Okay, I think that's fair. I'm not sure. So, let's break that down for a second. What's the goal? What are we trying to do?
Well, reduce the cost of housing, so that the service industry can afford to live in the area, so it doesn't drive up prices for everything we have.
Okay.
That's one goal.
I'm sorry.
Is it the town's responsibility to reduce the cost of housing?
Well, one of the other ways is the amount of regulation. So
I
have a lot
think
of
the question
regulation.
is the town doing things that,
Okay, that's what
I think that the question is the town doing things that unnecessarily drive the cost of housing?
Oh, okay.
Somewhere in one of these documents in the pre-reading it said that the town has a reputation of being difficult to work with and so forth. I don't know the exact verbiage of what chapter it was in. But that kind of goes in line. And you hear it when you talk to people, oh, you're going to build on the ranch? Well, I wouldn't do that. You know, you hear it in the community or in the valley. So we kind of have a reputation of being expensive and over-regulated. So all of that goes in
Those folks that live in Jackson.
That's what I want to be what we were 50 years ago when we first came.
Well,
But I know we won't get there, but that's, only it's the old, look at the population numbers in chapter 2. You'll see that it's migrating more and more to the over 55s.
Yeah, the age dynamics or demographics are getting older.
And there's fewer and fewer children from 10 years ago, where it was 2012 to 2015.
Oh, please, we've got many more buses coming in here for school aid.
The data's in here, I've read it
I
off.
was gonna say that the demographics though from the last couple of years don't support that any longer.
Oh, really?
We have more
Not for our
population,
town.
a smaller
Not
percentage
saying we
of
don't have children, but as far as those numbers growing, at least not from what's on the census.
Not getting-
Yeah,
there's so many big.
and that's probably tied to the affordability.
The Star Valley School District is at the lowest level in the past, what is it, 20 years?
Look into chapter 2, there's a section 2.3 on the age
I think
characteristics.
that's very good.
No, because I think we got them.
Yeah.
I mean, the age characteristics, the younger.
Okay, so what I did, I
Help us,
simply
Frank, help
added,
us.
what?
Help us, Frank, help us.
I simply added an objective to make sure town is not.
You can prioritize it away if you want, but I don't think it's a concern to
I
us.
understand. So I added an objective that says make sure town is unnecessarily affecting housing affordability. Does that work for you?
So that has a lot of tails to it.
It does. So it's going back 50 years. So. Okay.
Well, I've seen the previous state and I've seen the current state, so I've seen a lot of changes.
I don't know where this goes, but NRB has looked at several grant possibilities, but in particular, we're not able to participate in some granting opportunities, NRB I mean, and likewise other things, because we're not listed as a 501c3 corporation on our own, and many of the people who will give us money for parks, give us money for pathways and yada yada, what you just make, they want somebody who is a 501c3. And so I don't know what that language issue has any bearing on it, but it has kept us from applying for grants in the past, which we could have.
Well, there seems to have a political tail on it, that would be, does the council want you to do it?
I just bring it up.
That is an interesting question.
Very interesting.
I mean, just in terms of.
The council is the mother agency.
Yeah, that's right. We don't have any
So
authority or
any-
accountability on our own, but we can't apply for funding that would logically fall under the aegis of natural resources or, and things like that.
But the town,
Yeah, but the town, yeah, possibly. I'm
The
just
town-
bringing it up because the grant, it's more than just saying grant opportunities. You have to fit their little boxes.
Right.
Well, you have salt certification.
all right. We got enough here? So,
Yeah.
yes.
And that can be natural resources.
Okay,
Water, sewage.
Water,
So-
sewage, everything.
the folks eligible to vote in this election are supposed to be seated at the table. Those folks are council members, staff, and board chairs, or board delegates. For example, I chair the Travel and Tourism Board. I'm not here in that capacity, but Vince is. So, Vince is that voting member. Yes,
Question, isn't the director of public works qualified as staff to be voting?
yes.
You have to resign.
I can't help it that he sits in the back of the room. Nobody told me that it was his.
He wasn't here when we got started.
Did you bring a pen?
Yeah, you're gonna need a pen. There we go. All right, is there anybody else in the peanut gallery that fits as a voting member? All right, good. So, here we go. Would you pass these down?
Okay, we can get them here.
So what, you're gonna explain what we're
This
doing?
way.
Yes.
Would you pass these down? The council has done this exercise a couple of times before, but the rest of you haven't. So, okay, if you've got extra votes, just leave them on your table. You'll need them later. So, I'm gonna go over these quickly one more time, and then, just because the handwriting isn't as good as it could be. So we have a new section. It's called Financial Stewardship and Accountability. First one, understand future water rates and reserves, maximize grant opportunities, annually review contracts, make sure town isn't unnecessarily affecting housing affordability. Under water and sewer, replace Crater Canyon water line, improve and expand water storage capacity, reduce water system loss, explore options for centralized sewer. We have some new ones under here. All these are new. These are new. Eliminate need for chlorinization, backup system components, establish asset management program. Under municipal roads, we have two existing objectives and one clarification. Improve and maintain existing roads, master plan update. Along with that is a clarification, create long-term chip seal plan, proper conditions for paving versus chip seal. So disregard number 3, it goes up here. Okay, and then the second one, the last one is create priority list for paving and drainage. Thank you. The next one, safety and just the existing objectives include review, update, and improve SVR, emergency operations plan, wildfire emergency plans, increase fire protection through USFS partnerships, continue implementation of home address signage. The new ones, there are 3 new ones, investigate opportunities to create pathways on and off roads, create and coordinate evacuation plan with the emergency service providers, maintain line of sight at intersections. Under communications and existing objectives, from 2014, we have enhanced communications with SVRA and the town community. We have 2 new ones. Ensure emergency plans are communicated to community, enhance communications with county and other municipalities. Under public community facilities, we have 5 that are left over from the 2014 master plan. Work with owners of commercial properties along Vista to ensure development aligns with town mission. Explore purchasing property to develop new parks, bus stops, etc. Implement emergency energy efficiency for town buildings and infrastructure via solar arrays. Explore, establish public works annex north part of town. Improve landscaping at town hall. We have 2 new ones. Develop plan for weed control for community. Coordinate with War on Weeds project. Actually, those probably could go together. Let's.
Over there.
Oh,
Wait.
oh, he's
Wait. 6 and 7 are combined. By executive decree. Health and welfare existing objectives from 2014 include continuation and collaboration and support of the county transportation plan, and a new one, enhanced community engagement activities and events, okay? So for the old ones, use the sheet that's in front of you. You don't have to read my handwriting. So the new ones are on the board. So first step at prioritization is taking all of these together, vote for your top 10. Okay, and just, so wait just a minute, I got something I hadn't thought about. So,
Is that another new one, financial stewardship and tax?
this is a new category.
It's a whole new category, so
So, so just a second. All right, let me fix something. Okay, yes. Numbering is all straight.
Yeah.
Hang on for 1 second.
Anybody wants to get a snack?
For,
Anytime.
yes.
Feel free. That's the thing, like, we're gonna only vote for so many, and we do the vote.
That's right.
And it looks like, I see how, snow relations, I see that, just to see it. I can see it.
I've already done that. Well, it doesn't matter, like, you guys were 10, I'm gonna my 10.
enforcement.
Yeah.
All right,
That's the issue.
Yeah. But that's what the.
So maybe we go instead of top 10, go top 50.
Well,
No, I just don't want to.
You want to make it? Well, again, it's gonna be the top 10 that you focus on.
But the others don't go away, that's the thing.
And we all want the same thing.
But nobody's gonna have a library.
Right, so it'll still, it's gonna be. What we'll do is we're gonna look at, right, based on the building. So, but she looked in, and she's. Yes, I remember.
Because they're not gonna change.
Yes.
all right. So,
Nothing else happens.
here's the number, I've changed the numbering system. We have really two choices. You can prioritize within the categories and then reprioritize. But I'm not sure that makes it any easier. So what does make it easier is to change all the numbers. So, starting here, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Close blank,
No. No, there is no 12.
That's okay, there'll be no 12.
There'll be no 12. So the next one is 13, this is 13, 14. This is combined, this is 15, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. This is 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32, okay? Everybody see those?
Yep.
All right. 32 items. So starting,
so we assign a numerical value to each of the
just a minute.
32?
No,
No?
just a minute. Let me finish.
Oh,
So, all you need to do is list your top 10 by number on the little voting tag that I gave you. For example, if your number 1 is number 3 here, just put down number 3. Then put down number 7, number 11, whatever, until you get to 10, okay?
Yeah.
Not number 10, but item 10.
Yeah. And
So
list them, that's
your
the
top
ranking.
10 by number.
Can we walk and look at your?
Sure, of course, you're not gonna walk around. And I'll sit
No bathroom breaks, no walking.
Yeah, no, you can't move. But I'll sit down.
Differentiate and then transfer.
So your top 10 by number. Yes, sir.
Like, several of mine on the water list are on this year's budget and could be completed by the time the master plan comes out.
Well, what's on, I don't know what's on your list. What you need to concern yourself with is what's on these lists. Okay? So if you put stuff on here that made it to the list, and it might get done, don't worry about it. There's a lot of things might get done.
I think nothing will get done with this.
Or nothing will
Nothing on
get
the
done.
water.
But
Nothing on the water will get done
This year.
this year.
And you're welcome to get out.
Some of them are,
My handwriting gets much better if you get closer.
they're multi-years.
No particular order. No, just your top 10, no particular order. First one you list isn't necessarily,
Okay, yeah. Doesn't matter which order you put,
no, just your top 10.
but I've got to do it my way.
Do it your own way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
This is number 13, and it includes this.
Yes, okay. Okay, I got that.
That's fun for this year.
Okay, did we get there?
Good job.
Overall, whatever you need.
Are you the collector?
I want to be the collector, are you done?
I am.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You can get out of this, how's that?
Anybody finished? Finished? You?
James. One's mine.
Good.
Here you go, Frank.
Close, thank you.
So run it in direction all the financial.
Could not. No, I think that you know where my priorities are. There's things to do on the way home.
That I didn't believe there was that much snow.
Got it?
Are you okay?
That's fine.
Sleds.
All right. Anybody else still voting? One more?
Yep, no. And no one found it by accident.
There you go. There's something that's down there.
What are you doing now?
I'm doing this.
This big area. Split up.
And now, looks like, yeah, except for the foggy.
So we started tearing up roads and.
So here's that. Getting federal, it actually states.
Where they went up, where they went up Aspen Way.
Project.
Did you ever see how they compacted the trenches?
Yeah, you can probably get them deep, that'd be, that would use
They took the backhoe and they drove it up, pushed the dirt
Right here
into
is
the hole, and then drove the backhoe up and down.
project sponsors to have an employee in the current education.
So then they're trying to walk the dog up the road, they might have to have like shoes.
Everything is fantastic.
Yeah, they do, I just want to make sure that they know that want to apply for something, so have certifications.
So I think that is, there's a certification. You have to have a certain
Spend time in the spring getting the roads back to where they were.
Stays in the middle.
So that's, we do.
Oh, yeah.
It just means it's managed assets
Apply for this, do you know?
I don't know right now.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's,
Well, the problem is I only have
starts
one.
on July 1st of each year. Application.
Like a different color or just another pen? Oh, another, okay.
Can I do a different color? You want all red? Right, let me see if I can get any more red.
So this is just gonna take a minute.
You know, well, we're gonna get it.
Well, I plan on going this way. What? It's gonna be like this. I'm driving around.
I don't want to talk to your sister, the post station is a little crazy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Loretta, when you get done, just take a picture.
Ball game weekend or something. Occasionally, look at this,
That's like walking down the road, I was like, another project. If I was going the
All right. Okay, can we come back together, please?
Are you gonna stop doing it? Yeah, they got the area for it, sure.
You can.
We're still guessing, I think.
You're staying quiet, come on.
I did all my talking. They just, the last meetings, because
All right. So the red pencil. Can we come back together, please? Okay. So, let's see, we may not have enough stuff here. Yeah, no, go ahead, you finish. I'll get them started. Okay. Okay, here's some more sheets of paper passing down the road. Here's some more sheets of paper. All right, from the red pen, how this is beginning to shape out here. Some of these items have really strong priorities. Others, smaller priorities. I got one more to do here. And some haven't attracted any attention yet at all. So, this is, operates sort of on the honor system. We don't want a rigged election here, or get from the time to start all the rich to have a rigged election. So, without voting for any that you voted for before, and you should hopefully remember what they were. Thank you. Vote again for your top 10. Again, do not vote for the ones that you voted for before.
So the next 10.
Vote for your, vote for your next top 10. Second top 10.
this is so far, I'm in good shape. Yes, yes, yes.
Slow down. Yeah, wait just a minute. You wanna stay on or you quit? Okay. So we've got a couple of shades of green here, so that's good. So we'll do the next in green after they finish. Again, you're welcome to get up and walk around.
That's
But again, there's so many different. If it gets through today, tomorrow it's supposed to be sunny to Saturday. Then I go, I shut my breeze. Not that I'm going to do this, but it's just, which is the direction. Okay. Retta's gonna keep tabulating votes. We're gonna do one more.
We've got a bunch here. Blank paper.
There's one more. All right. One more. Everybody got a voting pad here. One more ballot. Okay, listen up. This is important. Okay. So we're gonna take one more ballot here, but there's a change. If it's got a blue X through it, this one, like this one, there's some more around on the charts. If they have a blue X through them, don't vote for them. Okay? You're already priorities. But we have enough votes. So if it has a blue X, don't vote for it. If you voted for it before in the first two rounds and you remember that you voted for it before, don't vote for it.
How many votes are you cast? 10?
This is the last ballot.
10?
To your top 10 again.
Because there's only 32, so we'll vote for all 30 of them.
I don't know who voted for it. So, you want to vote for, you just vote again.
So 10 plus 10, if I vote for 10 more, that's 30 out of 32. So almost everything we've got in vote.
How many votes? Well, we can do it this way, if you want. We can do it this way. Most for. Okay. This isn't what we're really trying to do, is to get to the things that are most important. Don't vote for anything smart. Try not to vote for things that you know you can't vote for. And if it's got a blue X through it, you don't vote for it because you're wasting your vote. It's already there. Okay?
We can't vote for what we,
Should not vote for what you, if you remember what you already voted for.
if you're eliminating, okay.
It's probably not eliminating, it's just suggesting that the ones with blue X's are already priorities.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It'll be this, even if if you didn't vote for it.
Yes, that's good.
Okay, that's what I was thinking too, just because that's gonna be part of that. Number 32.
I'm just going to take Thank you. Thank you.
Protecting the house.
Okay, so thank you very much. Got more votes coming in?
Yeah, we got more for you here.
You got that one?
Sorry, you're only getting 5 from me this time.
All right. Thank you very much for your third round votes. So in the interest of time management.
Can everybody come back to the table, please, so we can wrap up?
Taylor? Thank you. Okay. So the idea behind this is to kind of see where everybody is in terms of what you want the town to do. And you guys are kind of the leaders of the town. Some of you have been elected as elected leaders of the town, and others have been appointed, but you're the leadership of the town, irrespective of how you got there. So, what I'm gonna do is I'll take the rest of these and I will tabulate them. I will generate a report for the mayor that prioritizes all of these items. And the votes, the number of votes that they got. You'll get a copy of that list. And then the council will move ahead on refining the 2014 master plan with a 20, or 25 or 26 or whatever it's going to be update. So give me a few days to put all this together and I'll get it to the mayor and she will have it. But you can already see with the red and the green marks where things are going. What seems to be the highest priorities. And those things that may be somewhat less. Now, just because something doesn't get many or any votes doesn't necessarily mean that it goes away. It just means that when the priority ranking comes up on the master plan, it has a lower priority. It's as simple as that. So, I think my part's over now. Thank you. I'll do these. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you everyone for participating, and I'll definitely make sure once Frank's done with his little write-up that everyone gets a copy. And then from there, the planning commission can keep working on the document itself, and then between the staff and the council and the planning commission, all of the prioritization lists will be further fleshed out with actual subtasks, timelines, and implementation plans, and that'll all be part of chapter 9 of the master plan. Any questions or statements from anyone? Otherwise, we'll, hey, look at that, 2 hours on that. All right, thank you so much. Do you need help? Thank you. Thank you for participating. Look at that, you did it in 2 hours. Yeah.